Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me? We loud and clear? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Maurice, I can't hear you. Lisa, can you hear me? Okay. Maurice, we can't hear you. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Check this out. This is Chris Allen, one half of the host of Real Talk and Real Estate. Man, we're going to get this thing popping. Listen, I am so very, very excited tonight. I know I'm waiting on my man, Maurice, the bearded realtor to come on. We had a little technical difficulties, but that's okay. We're gonna make it work. He should be back on very, very shortly. But tonight, we have a very, very special guest on the show tonight. And I know, Maurice, you there? Can't hear you, Maurice. Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce. We got. Listen, y'all. We got a show tonight. We got somebody very, very special tonight. Lisa Brannon. Man, this young lady is doing some amazing things here in the Jacksonville, Florida area. I mean, words cannot express her resume. Her resume speaks for itself. It's tremendous. She's had an amazing career in the real estate industry. And I am just so very, very excited to be able to bring her on the show. When Maurice was telling me that she's going to be a guest, I'm like, not the Lisa Brannon. He's like, yeah, the Lisa Brannon. I said, what's up then? I said, our show must be creating some popularity around this piece then. So listen, I'm going to break. Maurice, can you hear me yet?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
There you go. There you go. There you go. I know you had a couple words that you want to share about Miss Lisa Brannon, because when you was telling me about her, and then I looked her up, the words that she was using, I was like, man, you sure she gonna be on our show? And he was like, yeah, she gonna be on our show.
Yeah, man. I met this young lady. I don't know when did I meet Lisa? I met Lisa maybe a few years ago, and instantly we connected, man. I was like, hey, I like your energy. I like what you do. Very genuine. And then we've been rocking ever since, man. She's been, a good sounding board when I needed some advice. To give me some advice when I was like, man, how does this work? People still think I've been in the business for 10 years. And I'm like, bro, I just been here 3.
That's the grace. That's the grace.
I'm on here before next month. So, but about Lisa, man, she's just wonderful, man. So she's been in the business a very long time. I know she's been with a few other brokerages. Currently now at EXP. She's the official sponsor with the Jacksonville Sharks. If you don't know who the Jacksonville Sharks are, that's the arena football team we have here. And I know Lisa's been talking to me about this Jacksonville Sharks sponsorship. She's doing that. She's the proud mother of 7 children. We're going to talk about that too, man. We're going to talk about this big family she has. 2 grandchildren. She's been in real estate over 20 years, bro. Long time. So she came in the game back in 2004. Was the top listing agent at Exit Realty Advantage. I don't think Exit Realty Advantage even exists.
We don't mention nobody. We don't mention that.
So accolades throughout the years. She's loved helping buyers realize the dream of the home ownership. She specializes in negotiating expert, military relocation professional, and Florida military specialist. Man, let's give it up for Miss Lisa Brannon.
Woohoo! Hey, we need to get that stuff together, Doc. We need to get it. I'm getting tired of us out here clapping our own hands. We need to get them claps. Lisa Brannon, what's going on, lady?
Nothing much. How you guys today?
Doing well. Welcome
Pretty
to
good.
Talk of Real Estate. I like that background right there. I like that background. See that? I see it. I see you.
Just a little
I see
office.
it. I see it.
All right.
I see it. You stepped it up. Look, I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I know we talk, Maurice, raves about you. But for those people who don't really know the resume of Miss Lisa Brannon and who she is and what she stands for, go ahead and just give us a little aerial view. Just a top view of who you are and how do we end up at this place?
Sure. I'm Lisa Brannon. I started in real estate in the early 2000s in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've had my own brokerage. My girlfriend and I started it together, just quit our jobs at Bank of America one day, went to real estate school. And back then there was no waiting period. So we did real estate, got agent license, next week brokers. We were open that following month. So we were running. Did that. Then I came to Jacksonville, Florida. I've been back in the game now since 2014 and just been loving it. I mean, just helping people realize the dreams of home ownership and doing a lot of relocations for the military because we have those 3 bases here. So that's constant.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I want to get into that, Lisa. I mean, you said something that some people don't mention a lot or even talk about. You just said, "Forget this, I'm quitting my job." I'm going to real estate.
I heard the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like most people don't come on here and say, "Hey, I quit my job," and just say, "I'm going full-time real estate."
6 months, a year, see the logo, and put the blessing on it.
Exactly. So tell us, what was that thought process like? What was that moment like? You're like, "Hey, I'm out of here."
Actually, my girlfriend and I were both, she was actually the senior vice president, but we were both managers at Bank of America. And she was doing this huge real estate deal. And she was like, listen, if this deal goes through, we've got to do this on our own. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, she did the deal. It worked out well. She asked us, how much did I pay you in salary? Because not only did I quit, her sister quit. So it was all 3 of us that went together. Yeah, and then she basically stroked the check for our salary, and that kind of gave me the urge to jump out there. Because at that point, my kids were young; they were like 4, 4, and 5. Because I've got like Irish triplets, yeah. So I really jumped out there on faith.
Now, all this was in North Carolina at the time.
Yes, in Charlotte.
In Charlotte, North Carolina. Now is she still in the business? Is she still in the business?
No, unfortunately, she passed away.
Oh man.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, rest in peace, Amy. But but she was in the business a long time though. But yeah, I left that. Actually, we ended up splitting up. I let her keep the company, and I went corporate, and I went with Exit Realty Advantage. So that was when Exit first was coming through. That was the first office they had in Charlotte, North Carolina. So
Gotcha.
yes, I get it running. I was top listed associate 2004, and it's been up from there.
Right.
Gotcha.
When did you actually move to Jacksonville?
2006.
2006.
Yeah, but they wouldn't transfer my broker license or offer any reciprocity. So I went corporate 8 years, and then when my twin daughters graduated in 2014, I came back out. So I've been out now since 2015.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, Lisa, you talked about something I want to touch on, and you've been real. I mean, you're very proud about your family, and you've expressed it on social media. So tell us how this blended family works. I know you got 3 of your own, but then your husband has 4 kids.
Yeah.
So how did that?
Wow.
How did that happen?
How'd you bridge it?
Yeah. How'd you bridge that gap?
I mean, I came in 2006. My cousin was actually dating his cousin and said, "Would you like to go to a cookout?" And I said,
them cookouts will get you every time, boy.
Well, they get you know. So I went to the cookout. I met him at the cookout. We exchanged numbers, nothing serious there. Couple months went by. He'll tell you I gave him the cold shoulder, but whatever. We've been together since our first date. So then once we established ourselves, that's when we brought the kids into it later on. So that was months later. And our kids actually overlap. So it was hard, but it wasn't as hard to blend the family together because like his son and my son graduated 2013, then the twins graduated 2014, then we had a child graduate 2015, and then the last 2 graduated 2017. So we were just like back to back to back.
Gotcha. So let me ask a deeper question. So what was that like? I mean, because you're a single mom, he's a dad. Now you're bringing in this new mom who's going to be my mom. What was that dynamic like for kids? I mean, because kids are brutal. They're rebellious. I don't like you. Like, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? So what was that dynamic like when you first came into those kids' life as you're now mom?
When I first came into life, of course, I was Miss Lisa then. I'm now Mommy-O. But back then they thought I was mean because, you know, they had a little more freedom with their dad. You know, he was a single dad working a lot of hours. So he was getting help, you know, from his family or whatever. And then you've got me who's coming in, and I've been hardcore with my kids since birth. So like my kids are raised on 30 minutes of TV. We're very active, you know, in extracurricular activities. If you don't have homework, hold one moment. Let me print out a package real quick. You know, I'm all about that education. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little different, you know, for them because, you know, we went to bed at a certain time. Like, you know, I don't care that the sun is up, baby. It's 6:30. Good night.
Right.
Put them in bed early. So it was just them getting used to me being, you know, strict like that for them. And so once we got past that, the kids pretty much got along, you know, pretty much from the beginning. They've had their, you know, shares, of course, as kids do. But if you see us, and we've been together as a family now 17 years. So when you see the Brannons, like they know it's the Brannons, you know, we need to know what you want us to bring to the cookout. Because we're taking over the whole thing. We're rolling in strong. So
that's good.
Okay,
that's good.
So now here's my last question on this topic. So during that transition period, how was that affecting your real estate business, and what was going on that helped you through this transition of bringing the blended family together that helped you in your real estate business, if at all?
Well, truth be told, it really didn't affect my real estate business because, see, my kids were used to the real estate game. They've been showing houses since they were 3 years old. I would take them with me because they knew their job was to occupy the family's kids so that I can deal with mama or daddy or whoever. I need to focus over here. Y'all occupy them. Y'all go play tag or whatever you need to do so they stay out the way. So they've been showing houses. Today, they still like to ride by houses and stuff like that. But yeah, so that wasn't really an issue. It didn't hold up anything at all.
Okay.
Yeah. And right now, they all pretty much want to be in the game. I've got 2 that are trying to do real estate school now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I would like for it to be, you know, like a family business because my twin daughters are attorneys here in Duval County.
Here in Duval County?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I would love to have like a family business where they're actually doing the real estate side. They're closing the deals. You know, my other son could be doing, you know, maintenance, pictures, whatever we need on that side, inspections. You know, I mean, I just have so many ideas for how we can make it a family business.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. So we leave North Carolina. Now we're here in Jacksonville, Florida, 2006.
Yep.
How was your transition when it came to the real estate? Coming from that North Carolina market, not knowing anybody here in Jacksonville, how was that transition?
So coming into the game here, not knowing anybody, the people at Exit will let you know. I was Mrs. Exit, Mrs. Floor Duty. I believed in floor duty. This was old school, you know. 2006, we were still sitting on the floor answering the phone. So you might call Avondale at 9 a.m. You're going to hear Lisa Brannon's voice. When you call in the afternoon, the Orange Park, that's me too. My calendar was color coded. All the admins knew what day Lisa Brannon worked because anybody that walks in the door, right? Or anybody that calls on the phone is my client. And that was the only way I could build, you know, my clientele because I didn't know anybody.
Gotcha.
And then now it's more of a referral business. I've done so many. I've got people like one of my listings I'm selling. I sold them that house in 2016. So, you know, I get referrals like that.
So now you're strictly, you get a lot of referrals.
So,
do you still go back to that old school way of thinking when it comes to maybe not floor duty, but door knocking and hustling on the phones? And
I hustle on the phone.
Okay.
I spend a lot of time driving. Fortunately, I can't say I'm a big door knocker or open house believer. That hasn't really been where my business has come from per se. But I am hardcore on the phones. Yes, I'm going to make the calls. I'm going to do the work. I outline pretty much like how my calendar was, you know, color coded. I do it for myself personally. And then I'm just on the phones and then I'm in the streets. So every now and again, I might use a show and agent. But if you call and you get the Lisa Brannon team, more than likely you're going to get Lisa Brannon. It's very rarely I send someone out. But I sell from here to Miami. I've got closings next week in Deltona and Cocoa Beach next month.
Nice, nice.
So I will drive.
Walk us through your first year in Jacksonville. I know how it was in North Carolina, but it's almost like you almost had to start all over. You know, you got your team going in North Carolina, but then when you come to Jacksonville, it's almost like you're starting all over. Walk us through your first year in Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's where all that floor duty and stuff is coming in from Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nonstop Monday through Friday. Like I said, I would even do overnight floor duty. I would do showings. Once I have them, I'll try to do some type of customer, appreciation. As of right now, like if you buy with Lisa, close with Lisa, you'll get 2 free tickets to the Jacksonville Sharks game. So I've got a corporate booth on the 2nd yard line. They move my logo around. I've even made it to the Jumbotron. I was like, I made it, Mom, I made it. Sometimes I'll be on the door, like where they run in and out the field. But the last game I was at, they had me in the middle of the field. So I mean, it's just wherever. But my booth is right there, 2nd yard line. We're in the game. Very exciting. But floor duty, and then like I said, just doing a lot of networking events. Very involved in our local realtor association with NECAR. I do believe in that, and getting the education. So I was really big in the education department, because I believe my first year is when I got the MRP and my GRI. For those that don't know, Military Relocation and Graduate Realtor Institute. So, but I've got, a lot of letters. I do believe strongly in education, whether it's accredited buyers, representative or sellers, seniors, any of it. Get it all.
Gotcha. So Lisa, let me ask you something. So you talked about your girlfriend stroked you a check. You were out. You quit your job.
Yes.
And then you come to Jacksonville, totally new environment. Tell us, what was your mindset like when you first got here and you started a real estate business in a totally new city? You're a hustler now, but back then, what was your mindset like?
Well, back then, I think I was hustling too, but the difference, I was kind of confused, because Charlotte back then was a small town, right? So now it's hustle and bustle. But back then, all of us pretty much knew each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we were selling, those were the good days. That was before, the market crashed and whole neighborhoods were foreclosing. I was listing whole neighborhoods. So just like where I'm selling homes for Dan Moser Homes, I knew Dan Moser before he died of cancer. You see what I'm saying? So it was a different type of feel there. And once you're in that running with those people, they're going to call you all the time. So that was different for me. And then the builder reps in North Carolina, they'll call you and say, hey, I've got ABC buyer here with no realtor. Would you like to come in and, get on a deal and meet them? Here, when I got to Jacksonville, nobody's doing it. They're not doing that. No. They act like they get extra incentive if there's no realtor on a deal, which is weird, because it seems like you would want repeat business, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's a different type of mindset. Go ahead.
Yeah. So just, like I said, go to all the events, go to the builder events. We were really big, and, in our game, especially here in Jacksonville, there's an event every day, right? Oh, yeah. So we can, you can eat and drink for free for life around here. So just keep the important ones. So I was really big on, this builder's doing this, and just getting your name on the roster, and just, hey, I'm Lisa Brannon. Hey, I'm Lisa Brannon.
Right.
I tried to build it.
Got you. So go ahead. Let me ask you one more question, Chris, real quick. So sticking with mindset. So you've been in the business in Jacksonville for a very long time. What do you feel is, whether it be new agents, seasoned agent, what do you think is missing in their mindset that has not got them to the level they want to be?
There you go.
That's a great question.
That's good.
That is good. Let's see. What do I think is missing? I don't really want to say their confidence, and perseverance may not even be the word, but I just don't see the grind with a lot of these new ones. It's almost like when they come into the business, okay, I see you make a lot of money, I want to do that. So they jump in. They don't want to take the time to learn the rules, regulations. They don't want to educate. They want to make the fast money, which is great. But at the same time, you have to put in a grunt work. So I try to tell them, what you're doing today is what's going to pay you in 90 days. It's not an immediate payoff. You understand? We're out here showing homes and operating in faith. It's times you might have $20 the last of your gas. Like, Lord, please let them like one of these 5 houses.
Listen, I know that doggone $5 bundle meal at Wendy's.
What?
That thing works for real. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm trying to explain. So I don't think they get that part of it. I don't think they get it.
Right.
But I mean, I just tell them you have to hustle. I mean, and you have to do something every day. No, nobody's calling you at 9 a.m. like, hey, Chris, it's 9 a.m. Please get up and start your day. No,
Right.
it's up to Chris to get up and start his day. You see what I'm saying? And everybody starts their day different. You know, some get up early, some get up late. But once you get up, I need you to get started.
Yeah.
Not calling me and looking sad because you don't have anything to do. Why don't you have anything to do? That doesn't make sense to me.
Gotcha.
It's almost like in this industry, it's almost like your day runs out because you should be so busy doing stuff. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, God, dog, it's 11 o'clock already.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's so much. There's so much that you could be doing on a day-to-day basis to get this thing moving. That by the end of the day, it's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. You're like, God, dog, I haven't even eaten today. What is it too late to eat now? Do I just go to bed and start over again in the morning?
Right.
You know
it seems like it's not enough hours in a day. I'm so with you, Chris.
It's not enough. So I want to go back. We're talking about mindset. I want to stick on that first year coming to Jacksonville. What was the mindset? If you had to go back and tell that Lisa back then about her mindset, what was something that you could probably go back and say, hey, Lisa, you need to do this in order to help your business 20 years from now. You need to make sure you got this together. What would that be?
I think I was organized with the floor duty, but if I could go back to when I got back in the game in 2015, I think I would tell myself to be more strategic because right now I'm so busy and so used to doing it myself. It's hard for me to let go. I want to do all parts of the transaction. And then if I'm not doing that part of the transaction, I need to check that part of the transaction. You know, so I'm still trying to do 100% of the things. So I think when they first said you get those first few listings and sales, and they say you should go ahead and get a transaction coordinator or an assistant, I think I should have done it sooner. Wow. That would be what I would tell myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you would have built your team sooner.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
You have something else, Chris?
Go ahead.
No. So let's talk about that real quick. So you basically talking about leveraging your time and leveraging where you're spending most of your spending your time and your efforts at. Do you feel as though if you were to take a step back and grab a TC or grab a virtual assistant or whatever the case may be, do you feel like your business would shoot through the roof at that point?
I do. I do, because I'm already feeling like I'm splitting myself in three. So if I could actually relinquish, you know what I'm saying, control and let that other person actually do just 1/3, and then I can boost it up to half. And, you know, because I go to all these conventions, you know, I move on, you know, that high team, and they're telling me all the time, Lisa, like, what? You shouldn't be doing any of that. You know, my admin even does my text messages and voicemails off my personal cell phone. I would love to get to that point where I could trust someone enough to give them that kind of access. You understand me? Because how long has your admin been working for you? He was like, 6 years. I said, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is a rough game, and people are out here and they're treacherous, and you just can't trust everybody. Not to give them access to all your files and business.
So what do you think is going to be the first step to get you to that point where you're able to relinquish at least 1/3 of your business to someone else? I mean, because somebody may be watching this and thinking, say again?
I'm ready now.
like, I mean, what's stopping you? Who's stopping you?
I'm stopping myself. Nobody's stopping me. It's me. I mean, I've tried a few people out, but there's always something, and it's like they said, you have to train the person, and I get it. I do get it. You know, but I just feel like by the time I send you the form to send to the buyer to send back to put in the file, I could have just sent it to the buyer to been back and in the file. Done. You see what I'm saying? So it's me. It's nobody else. It's me.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
That's good. So as we're talking about this and trying to scale your business, maximizing your time, There's so many shiny objects out there. This is one of the favorite questions. There's so many different shiny objects out there. It's going to try to tell you how you can maximize your time and relinquish this. How do you stay so focused and not get so bogged down by all the noise that's going on in the industry?
I'd say family time. I'm big on family time and, you know, separating. I do work hard and I show evenings, I show weekends and all of that too, but try not to overwhelm myself because it's a lot of things. It's a lot of distractions, but at the same time, I'm trying to stay prevalent and booked and busy. Like, you know, I'm doing a National Beauty Fest on Saturday. That's at the Equestrian Center, you know, and there are a lot of other events, you know, that'll be coming up that I'll be speaking at. So, I mean, I think it's just staying focused, you know.
Gotcha.
That's good. So are you speaking at this event coming up you say this weekend? You're speaking
Well, the one for this weekend is the Natural Beauty Fest. This is like the second year. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Last year they had Music Soul Child, I think, is the entertainer. But she brings in different stars, people to speak, and they're vendors from all over. And it's the whole Equestrian Center. It's probably about 200 vendors. So no, I'm not speaking at that, no, but I will be vending out there.
You're gonna be vending there. I got it.
Yeah, I've got some homecoming workshops and things like that coming up.
Okay. So let's follow the career. I don't know if you have other questions. We can follow the career.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
So when did we, in 2006, that's when you start doing your business here in Jacksonville. Did you immediately go in with not EXP, with Exit at that particular time?
No, because remember I said they wouldn't transfer my broker's license. So 2006 to 2014, I went corporate. So I was working for Citibank Credit Card Services on their pilot work from home team. So I worked from home for over 8 years.
Okay, got it.
They graduated. I was done with running back and forth for cheerleading and track and all that kind of stuff. Then I was like, okay, now I can fully focus because I didn't want to get in as a part-time situation. I'm either all in or I'm not in. So it was, I quit my job. I'm back in real estate. I'm focused. Let me get this Florida license. Let me take all these classes. And I already knew I was going to join Exit because at that point, Stanley, my old broker from that Exit in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I already knew. And I mean, I had loved Exit. So I knew where I was going.
Now, were you building a team when you were with Exit? Did you build a team over there? You did not. You did not build it. Okay. Okay. And so how long did you stay at Exit?
I was with Exit until 2018.
Okay. And that's when you looked at the EXP opportunity?
So actually, I looked at the EXP opportunity in 2014. I want to say, no, my time is off because I came in 2015. I've been here, this is my 4th year. I came here 2019. So 2018, 2017, they came and spoke. There were a few Exit agents that left then, but it didn't make sense to me at that point because I was getting 10% on my first line at Exit, but you don't get anything below that. So the numbers didn't make sense. I was like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm getting all this business from Exit. And then I ended up actually leaving Exit to go work for United, who Exit is now. Went to work for United Real Estate because they were 100%. So I went, kind of saved up my money, did a few things because my girls were in law school. So I was traveling a lot between here and DC. They went to Howard University School of Law. So I was gone like every month traveling back and forth. So I did that for about a year and then I came to EXP. And I've loved it since I've been here. Absolutely loved it.
Good. Well, what was it about the EXP opportunity that you saw that just kind of, sparked your interest? What was it? Main thing.
It wasn't just for me. The how can I say it? Not really the levels or any type of payoff or anything like that. For me, it was more about the stocks.
Okay.
It was about the healthcare. It was about the opportunity that the 20% was only 16,000. When before my cap was over 25,000. And you have the opportunity to get that back. There's no other company giving that back. You understand? I mean, once you get it, they're like, thank you. Now you go to 100%. But they give us the opportunity to Icon, which I'm on track for this year, to Icon and get that back in stock shares. Thank you. I'm working hard over here.
Good stuff.
You know, and then for me, it was the traveling with the education. Marisa tell you, I love those trips. I go to Puerto Rico. I just got back with my line from Montana. We were riding horses at Hell's Auroran Ranch. Like we were out there for a week. Like, you know, so I liked all of that. And so, I mean, I just love it. It's been beneficial. I tell everybody about it. I mean, you know, it depends on what you're looking for.
Gotcha. Now, are you building a team over here? Are you building a team at EXP? Are you building?
Yes.
You are. Okay.
So let me ask you a question, and Lisa. Let me jump in real quick. So what do you think? You've been here, what you said, 4 years now?
With EXP.
So what do you feel has been the Achilles heel or the bad reputation of EXP? Because EXP has transitioned a lot because so much since I've been here. What do you think has been the issue with them just being so-called this strictly recruiting brokerage?
Because like they say everywhere, people get excited and they start EXP and all over you. And
that's good.
Them all, you know, and we're all standing there and always recruit. I don't do that. I'll tell you, this is what EXP does for me. Y'all see my social media. You know, I travel about once a month, once every 6 weeks. I'm out of here. And that's because of EXP. That's the lifestyle it's provided for me. Right. You know, I mean, and so I think it's attractive because sometimes they're educational trips. You know, we've got the build conferences and we got some heavy hitters with our company. Yeah. You know, that's affiliated with our company. So, I mean, I love the collaboration. I can call to Canada and get, you know, one of the top agents on the line and she'll give me advice immediately.
Gotcha.
And I love all of that about EXP. I think that's so important.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what's the next movement? What's the next move for, you know, Lisa? What's your game plan? What's your next 5, 10, 15? What's the game plan?
The next 5, 10, 15 years for Lisa, hopefully would be to keep building a brand.
Okay.
Actually sidestep and pass it over to someone else to run it.
Talk about that for a second. What do you mean pass it over?
Like maybe if my kids are serious about the real estate game, then they can take over the team. But if not, I would like it to be a self-running team. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Kind of be a company within a company.
Sure.
But I would like for it to be self-running. Like these are the things we're doing. Everybody's on the same page. You know, nobody is jealous of anybody. Everybody's getting the same amount, you know, and everybody's a boss, not just Lisa Brannon, you know. I want everybody to be a boss so that you know who it is when they come through. See the
is that the legacy? Is that the legacy piece that you're speaking on? Is that the thing within inside of EXP, the legacy piece where you can transfer it down for generations?
Well, that's part of it. But I'm just saying in general, I would love to have, you know, a team of agents, you know, not just in Jacksonville, but around the world that are Lisa Brannon team.
I got it.
So not just necessarily family, but just in general.
Okay.
I love to share what I know, you know, and I'm a licensed real estate instructor as well.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Look at you. Just getting all the little letters behind the name. I love it. I love it.
Yes. So I definitely, like I said, I believe in education. I got the alphabet soup. I mean, next thing you know, y'all will be interviewing me, and guess what? I'm gonna be doing mortgages. I'm gonna be doing all sides of the deal. I'm buying your house. I'm selling your house. I'm doing your loan. What else do you need?
Right. I was talking to one of my mentors, and he says, "Chris, I'm not. You know, you got to understand that we are in the real estate business.
Absolutely.
And in the real estate business, there's so many components to this business.
Yes.
You don't have to just be one. You are in the real estate business.
Yes.
There's money that's being transferred throughout the whole industry.
Yes.
Get you some of all of it.
All of it. If you can do credit repair, Chris, do it too.
That's it. I love it.
Why not?
Right.
I'm just saying. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I love the game. I love it a lot. How y'all like it?
Oh, I love it. I don't see myself going nowhere.
We can't speak for. We got to be biased, Maurice. We can't. Oh, you talking about the industry? We talk about the industry, right? You just talk about the industry. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Maurice.
Look here, man. This is our podcast. We can talk real talk over here, man. We can't talk real talk. What can we talk then? That's what the show's called. Real talk.
Yeah. I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see myself for EXP situation. I don't see myself going anywhere. For one, and then for two, the real estate game is the real estate game. It's a hustle every day. Like you're gonna hustle every day. So why not do something that's going to be beneficial to not only you but your entire family. I mean,
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I looked at the opportunity and I was just like I was blown away by so many facets of the same industry. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different ways that EXP has thought about that stuff that you be thinking about that they have put something to. You know what I'm saying? They put something in place for it. So they were forward thinking. They wasn't just trying to open up a brokerage. They was actually forward thinking. When you talked about earlier, you talked about the whole healthcare industry. How many real estate companies are out there talking about healthcare? You see what I'm saying? Which is one of the big key talking points in society we live in right now. Is talking about healthcare. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And EXP has put something in place for those particular agents to say, "Hey, listen, we're gonna make this thing work for you." And I just think it's so. It's just a revolution. They're revolutionizing this industry.
Yes.
And I love it. And I love it.
I do too.
Yeah,
Especially with our tag of making real estate fun again.
I love it.
Those trips, they are definitely fun.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
So both of y'all, I expect to see in October.
Oh yeah, we there. We
got. Oh yeah, we're gonna be there. We're gonna do a show from there.
Yeah, we coming. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna be there in October.
Okay. All right.
So Lisa, I want to pivot for a second. So let's talk about coaching. What are your thoughts on coaching, and do you have a coach, and if you don't, why not?
So coaching, I see the value and I don't see the value.
Okay, so let's talk about it.
Okay, so let's talk about it, right? So I've sat in on several coaching sessions. I've interviewed several coaches. Okay. And I've talked to other people that have coaches. And I do get it that if you need that kind of push, then maybe it would work. But what I'm hearing a lot of is something that I could basically do. Hey, Maurice, how you doing today? Did you get those deals done? You did? Great. What are we going to do this week to make it different? Okay, great. I mean, I can call you and say that for free. I don't feel I should pay you $1,000 a month to call me twice a month for 15 minutes. And then the rest of the coaching is all group coaching. And I feel like sometimes it can get overwhelming because there's so many different calls you can sit on. But with the coaching companies, you can pay the one-on-one, and I get it. But no, just no. I mean, I know some people are making millions, and I mean, maybe I just haven't found the right one. Maybe that's what it is, to show me the value. But for the calls I've sat on, and I know some people that have coaches, they recommend them. And we got a free coach, matter of fact, in our line that we don't pay for because one of the higher ups pay for it. But if you have to pay for it, I just haven't gotten there yet. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I look at it like this. I think for me, being in the game just a short period of time, I think I definitely needed coaching. For one, just because the previous brokerages I got a little bit, but I didn't get enough education to get me to where I needed to be. So I mean, I love coaching. I love the fact that I can really get somebody else's opinion instead of listening to myself to see if that's a good idea or not, especially if they've been through the grind. Say again?
This is paid coaching?
Yes, it's paid coaching. And I mean, I can talk to other people as well, but you know, to get that, talk to somebody else, and then also paid coaching for them to tell me, okay, hey, what should I be doing to get my business going? You know. But yeah, I definitely believe in coaching.
No, I do too, but like I know the people, so
yeah. Now I do agree with you that some coaching programs are very redundant, and it's like you can kind of do that on your own. It's just a accountability call. Like man, you can have an accountability call. You can call me and say, "Hey, Maurice, how's it going?" You know, that type of thing. No, I don't want that type of coaching. No.
Okay, because that's the type of coaching I'm talking about. What about you, Chris?
For me, it's the accountability piece is cool. I like that because Maurice and I, we do accountability stuff. But I really want, from my coach, I want you to show me the things that I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? I want you to show me where's my Achilles heel at that I missed. I don't want you to know what my calendar is. I got the calendar. We good. This is what I'm doing in the morning. I got all that. I want you to tell me, Chris, I noticed that when you do show up, this is what I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to tell me about the stuff that I already know, like I'm in agreement with you. That's redundant.
Right.
I'm telling you this money because I want you to show me what I'm missing, the things that I'm not seeing. You know what I'm saying? What's behind me that I can't see.
Right.
So I'm good on the coaching, but it's got to bring that value for me. That's going to show me some areas in my life that I'm missing for myself.
Yeah.
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 But I agree. I like it. I like it. I like it. Maurice and I talked about this, and one of our guests. We've had a couple guests on here, and all of them talk about coaches and how that coach has helped them accelerate their careers.
Yeah.
So is there anything that you
I've
would
got
share? Go ahead.
people like in our group that are actually coaches that actually, will pour in and do that. But I mean, like I said, I have to just check more into that financial piece of it.
Sure.
Got you.
What advice would you give? Now we're talking about coaches that if you could help from give some free game. Give some free game to some people that's looking at our podcast right now that's saying I need to help with my business. I can't get it accelerated. I don't know what to do. I got Lisa Brannon on the line right now, one of the top real estate agents in Jacksonville, Florida. Lisa, you my coach. Tell me what I got to do.
Okay, I love that. Okay. Well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you to do is first let's get these foundational classes done because I can't stand explaining stuff that you haven't even done the background for. So first, let's do all your NEFAR, all your MLS, all your earlier classes for mentoring. They call them fast break or something now. For your classes, but at least read over the contracts. When you come to me, you at least know what you're looking at. You've already listened and been on your Tuesday, Thursday new agent calls in the world where they've already shown you listing agreements and things like that. So at least you've got a foundation. I appreciate you doing your part so that I can do my part. Then I have no problem doing one-on-one. I did mentoring. I mean, I'm a certified mentor here at EXP, but I mean, I was mentoring and coaching at Exit too. I mean, I've done that several times, but I need them to have the basis. And then we can actually, go from there once you have that piece. And then I would say get involved with the local realtor association, start networking, getting your name out there so that the builders can start inviting you so you know what communities are having what sales, who has inventory, who's offering the most, for new construction in terms of incentives. Get to know, if you're specializing on a certain side of town, if they say, oh, because I've got some agents like, oh, I only want to work, what is that? Oakleaf area. When that was the big thing. If that's your area, then we need to niche it out. You need to know everything about Oakleaf. You need to know how many homes are coming up, what are the new stores that are opening, what stores are closing, where's the traffic. So I would say familiarize yourself with that. And that would get started, I think.
Gotcha. So Lisa, since we're talking about that, so kind of walk us through what does a day as a realtor for Lisa look like? And then the second part of that question is, do you time block as well?
That's good.
Yes, I definitely time block.
Okay.
Oh yeah, on the calendar. I definitely time block all the time. But it depends on week by week. It really does. So like just for instance with today, it was, up early this morning, had a 9 a.m. walkthrough, had to work in the office, meet a client.
Before that 9 a.m. walkthrough, what time are you waking up every morning?
Huh?
What time are you waking up every morning? Is it set time or you just waking up depending on what you got?
I usually get up between 7 and 7:30 because my twins are going to call me on the way to work every day at 8 because they got to be in court by 9. So that's our talking in the morning. Gotcha. So I'm usually up, because definitely by 8 because they're going to call. Hey, Mom, good morning. So 8. And then I'm talking to them, getting dressed, getting out the door. Not even walk through. Then in the office, and I've got my book is over there. My list of what I'm doing, who I'm calling. So for today, it was scheduling appraisals. I've got inspections. I had to get my repair agreement out for a condo I did in Cocoa Beach. Following up on a closing we've got for Friday in Deltona. What else? Oh, did a referral for property management since we don't do that. Over to another company. I had to fill out the forms. So I mean, then coming to join y'all.
That's good. That's good. I love it. I love it.
So Lisa, just to go back to something you just mentioned, I heard a lot of things that could be leveraged through an assistant When is the assistant going to happen? Because like a lot of stuff you just said can be
been done by an assistant.
Can be done by an assistant at a very small salary.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. So I mean, okay, so talking to my larger agents that sell millions, right? Yes. It can all be done through an assistant. These people only take phone calls. They don't even show homes. They don't go to closings. They don't do anything. So, and I get that, but I'm kind of old school, like personable. Like, when are you going to meet Lisa Brannon? If I'm just a voice on the phone and I send my agent to show the house and then I send another agent to do the inspection, when do they meet me? If I'm not doing closing, I'm just going to mail the closing gift to the house and you've never met me. To me, that's almost like I haven't even earned my commission. Like, I feel like you should see me. You should talk to me. Now, paperwork wise, yes. The admin, I had no problem with doing that. But I mean, I use showing agents. I do let them show for me. Like if I'm out of town, you know, when I vacation and you know, if I'm at a conference or something like that, I'll let other agents show. But I don't know. I feel like it'll lose my little personality. I just want to meet the people.
How many people on your team right now? What do you not on your team? What do you have as your team? The Lisa Brannon team.
Lisa Brannon team right now it's like 4 of us.
4 of us. Okay.
Yeah, and I just signed on another girl last week. Okay. So now my new thing is after I came back from, you know, being off the grid in Montana for that week, not to bring everybody on the team is what I'm being coached now. I am being coached to bring everybody on as a partner, let them do their first 3 transactions. And then if they've earned their spot and show they want to productive and they want to run as hard as I do, and they don't mind driving the highways and byways, at that point, give them the opportunity to join the Brannon team. So I think that was different, you know, because usually, you know, when I'm bringing them on, I'm like, yeah, you can just come right on. I'm having some team contracts, that are percentages, blah, blah, blah. But then you start to run into the issue of retention. And so that's what we're seeing on different teams with people team hopping, as we call it, up there. And so we were just talking about different ways to retain. And the issue is don't make it easy for them to get on to begin with. It shouldn't be easy for you to just walk on and say, oh, I'm on the Lisa Brannon team. No, you should be earning your way to get there. So that's what they're coaching me on. So yeah, I have an octopus with different arms that I'm working on. I'm trying to see what I can let go of.
Okay.
Free up even more time. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna travel even more then.
Travel more. That's good. That's good. I like it. So go ahead, Maurice. You have something?
No, so I was just gonna say, so Lisa, you've been very, very candid and very open about your vulnerabilities as far as letting things go.
Yeah.
What advice, if you could share, like what advice would you give to others? Because I've heard a lot of agents say the exact same thing. They have very difficult trust issues. They don't want to let a lot of things go. They want to have their hands on everything in their business. So what advice, and maybe some advice you've trying to give yourself, like what would you tell those folks that are in the same position as you?
We're gonna just have to work on trust. But I come from an old school hardcore where transaction coordinators work for more than one agent. I've seen dirtiness where they've taken leads from one agent and given them to another agent. You know, it's hard for you to track in the back end, right? Because the purpose of us having an admin is so that they can do that piece and we don't have to. So it's going to be finding someone that's going to be dedicated specifically to you, that you know is not going to give your work away or share your deep secrets of how you're marketing or whatever. So I think, how can I say?
Just say it. It's a real talk.
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm still looking and interviewing. I've had a few, and it just hasn't worked out for me yet. So I know I'll find that one that I feel comfortable enough to let it go. And it may end up that maybe I got to start off with getting one of the kids to be the admin or something. Everybody's got their own careers at this point, but you know, maybe one of my little babies that are bartending will join us because I got 2 kids that work at Salt Life in Fernandina Beach.
Oh, really?
There are servers and bartenders out there. So I said, you know, and those are the 2 actually that want to do real estate. So
wow.
Maybe I'll let them handle it because I wouldn't feel nervous about them accessing my files.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But what do y'all say? How should I let go and do the trust? Because I mean, are y'all sharing a TC? Will y'all trust each other? What do y'all do?
I would say this. I mean, it was a little bit easier for me because for my military background, I couldn't do it all myself.
Right.
When you get pushed into those leadership roles, you have to rely on other people's knowledge, work ethic, and then correct it as you see fit. I would say that's kind of what I had to do when I got my VA, TC, whatever you want to call it. I had to basically go through the heartache and or the ups and downs of, okay, this is when it's gonna work out. Let me find somebody else.
Yep.
This one ain't gonna work out, and then so on and so forth. And eventually, once I got that person that meshed and fit with me, I hold on to him like, I ain't let him go. Like, no, you ain't going nowhere. Like you.
How many did you go through before you found that one?
So I've had a few. I've had one that's been my main one, and I've tried to bring on like maybe a video editor or bring in someone who helps him with marketing. And those folks have not really worked out. So I've kind of just went back to my ace in the hole, who's been rocking with me for about almost 2 years now. And it's tough. I would say this. I would never yell at her. I would never raise my voice. I would just say to her, hey, when you make a mistake, I would say, hey, you really disappointed me. And that in itself, I didn't have to yell at you. When I say I'm disappointing you, that really made her feel worse than me yelling at her. So I just say, hey, I'm disappointed that you knew how to do this and you didn't do it. And that, even after that,
no problem.
No problem. And that's, I learned it from my wife because she taught me, she said, but you can't just go in on everybody because you're not in a military setting. You have to be able to correct and find a way to correct. And when you tell a woman that I'm disappointing you, that really does something to them. And I mean, she picked it up and like, okay, let me get myself together. And
I'm a single man, so I'm gonna write that down. I'm single. So now, what's the words now you saying? I'm supposed to say what?
I'm disappointing you. I'm disappointed. If you tell a woman I'm disappointing you, and I mean, listen, probably can.
That was a free game right there. Go ahead.
I can tell you why it means something to me because those are the words that my daddy would use if it was something that really upset him, and he didn't use it very often. But he was one of those that spoke more than want to put his hands on you. So if he said disappointed, it was like, oh my God, you disappointed.
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty game. We're gonna change the name of this show real quick. That was
knowledge. Giving out knowledge. What about you, Chris? You have TC or VA?
Yeah, TC. But I think for me, it's about being able to relinquish that fear factor up front, and just go ahead and just take that plunge. Like Murray said, I agree. You're gonna go through some, but just be okay whatever the outcome is gonna be, right? But I'm not trying to work myself into a job. Like I'm trying to get myself so free that, like my man Josh Rogers, like, you know, Josh got his stuff so on point with his TCs and admins, and I don't even think nobody ever seen Josh. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the Josh Rogers team. It's like, okay, that person is the Josh Rogers. It doesn't really matter to him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's that check for Josh. You know what I'm saying? He knows that he has his system set up. Everybody's on the same page. I'm trying to work myself into that type of environment. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, we're talking, we're talking Josh Rogers, 3-month vacation. 3 months he's been gone.
He's on 3 months. You know what I'm saying? So I think for you, Lisa, it's got to, you know, the faster you do it, the better you're going to be off, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you do want to work. So just go ahead and take that plunge. At the end of the day, you know, all things work together for the good, period.
And if I can do 30, 50 houses myself a year with TC, I should be able to double that.
You should be able to double that. You should be able to double that. And free yourself up on some time, so therefore you can do the things that you know that you really want to do, which is travel, spend more time with your family, and all this type of stuff.
Yeah,
you know, that's.
And I'll say this too, Chris. You mentioned something before. You said something that I thought about too. You said that if I showed you how to do it, I could just do it myself.
Yeah, you said
that is the wrong way to look at things. That's
right.
Absolutely wrong way to look at things, because if you're going to just do it yourself, why even have a damn TC?
Right.
And they already explained you got to train them to get them on them. That's what they were explaining. Like, Lisa, you have to get them to the point where they can do it. Yeah. So I know you have to go through the hardships and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I'll be doing that. I'm just going like in between. Like I said, I've tried a couple. And, you know, sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. I even try to do full time too. But for me, you know, it's more so of accountability. And we got to put a time track. And it's just a lot, you know, to keep up with. So that's why I said I think I'll go ahead and take their advice and do more so of the TC than the admin.
Yeah. And here's one last thing I would recommend to you if once you do feel comfortable, create a checklist. If you create a checklist, say, okay, I want these things done.
Yeah.
This is what hand it to them.
And every file.
And let them go. You got any questions? Let me know.
Let me know. And then go on vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that anyway, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
So what's
Costa Rica?
So what's next for the team? You're gonna be in EXPCon. We all gonna be EXPCon in Vegas in October. What's next for you and the team?
Well, we're finishing up the season for the Sharks.
Okay.
I'm in talks with I would like to get in with the Jaguars, so we're in talks about that. That's a little different type of pocket though, for the Jaguars. So we may have to move that marketing money to the first of 2024. So I'm trying to see some bigger marketing pieces. And try to put some stuff out there because I've got like a commercial, I've got a jingle, I've got a few other things. So just trying to connect all the dots because there's a lot of moving pieces right now. So, and then I have a lot of different companies that are doing a lot of different things. So just trying to streamline between the social media management, different platforms of companies, and then trying to bring in, you know, probably have to do both. Like you said, maybe didn't one of y'all say you have a VA and a TC?
Yeah, it's all one person doing the same thing.
One person.
Oh, you did all one person. Okay.
One person doing the same thing.
And some people say they have more than one, which is what my line up in Carolina's saying. They're using like 3 or 4 because she was like too much for one, and then they fall behind. And she was explaining that's probably part of my frustration too. So maybe I should get a couple, because I'm running nonstop. Like if I need a contract, I need to be able to call you. Hey, I need that contract written up right now. This is the address. Boom. Do your thing. While I'm going to the next house because I might be working with 3 different families that day.
Exactly.
Now, if I'm not going to have someone do it, then I need to be able to pull over on the side of the road, click, 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 type it up real quick, and then go to the next one.
Sure.
So, you know, you need someone that's going to be able to move when you move. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Because we write contracts at different times of night. You're doing stuff at, you know, different times of night. So it's kind of hard, like I was finding with my international VA. It was kind of hard with the times, like when it's on the spot like that, they couldn't respond like that. So that's kind of what I'm facing.
That's good. I got a last little question. So when did Lisa Brannon realize that she was a big deal? Like when did you look in the mirror and be like, you know what, girl, you're pretty big around this piece. when did you get that love? When you pat yourself on the back a little bit? When did you take yourself out? When was that?
I have not. Not yet. I'm working on it. I'm gonna make Lisa Brannon a big deal. Some people may think Lisa Brannon a big deal, but Lisa Brannon thinks she's Lisa Brannon. You know, I'm just out here trying to help, you know, the people either relocate, first-time home buyers, you know, realize their dreams of home ownership. I'm here to help them sell. I'm just here to do it all, and I'm easy with it. You know, no pressure.
Is there a particular milestone in your life that you have set forth that you have said, this is, I want to get here. This is when I'll know that all my fruits of my labor have paid off. Is there anything that you have set forth that you have said, this is the spot?
Once I hit icon for 2023, and my icon is consistent, because once you hit it, I hear it's easier to get. So once I'm consistently hitting that, and I can put icon agent behind that, then I don't know. Because
those really quick,
huh?
Those really quick who don't know what icon is over here at EXP, you want to break that down for them real quick?
Oh, yeah. So icon agent is once you've already hit your 100%, then you've sold an additional 20 houses, which allows you, and you have to attend certain conferences and qualifications that go with it on top of that. But once you meet all those qualifications, then you're eligible to get your $16,000 back in stock.
Got it.
So it's basically like we're making above 100% commission at this point here with EXP. So once I get that established and it's repetitive for me and easy to ascertain yearly, then I'll feel like, yeah, I've made it.
Good, good.
But yeah, that's my goal.
Good.
Okay.
Well, listen, we got to get Lisa back on the show.
Yes,
I would love to. Fast.
Absolutely. You got any final thoughts, Lisa?
I'll be able to tell y'all about my TC admin and how.
There you go. How
about that?
I love it.
There we go.
So, Ms. Lisa, is there any final last words that you want to share with the people? Anything on your heart that you feel that could help some people that's listening? Anything you would like to share? You have the final words.
I say, if you're getting in the real estate game for the money, it's not gonna work. You have to for the passion, for real.
You're right, man. You're right.
You know how many houses and deals we put together and they fall apart and we do not get paid. And I don't think people understand that. Like they don't know, we don't get paid until the very end. I don't even get excited at closing day until I see that pen moving. Understand me? Not how many eggs.
So they got to be right there.
Hey, you said that paper got to be, that pen, the paper got to be ready for.
Listen, the pen got to be hitting the paper before you even get excited.
Listen, I've seen too much stuff happen. I've had people show up. We don't wrote contracts because they married. Guess what? They weren't married to each other though. How about that? They both married, just not to each other. Ma'am, you cannot buy a house in the state of Florida like that. Where is your husband? Oh, he's in the field. We had to wait a couple days. I find this man couldn't get through to the JAG. I had to send him a message on Instagram for this man to respond to me and say, oh yeah, Miss Lisa, I'll go up there and sign the papers. What? Yeah. So people need to understand it's not a quick money game like that.
It is not a quick money game.
You need to know that you got to build a pipeline. I'm big on pipelines. You know, I can show you my closings from now through the end of the year. And I stack them like that. I'll do that new construction. So I know I got some closing in September. I got one in October. I got a big one coming up in January. Like we're going to stack those things out. So you just have to you have to know, you have to focus. What you put into it is what you're going to get. Period.
Got you.
It's good.
Got you.
I love it.
Hey.
Well, listen.
You said it right there.
Another one in the books, man. These shows are getting better and better and better.
Yeah. Y'all are doing great.
Man, Lisa, we really appreciate you coming, taking the time out your busy schedule.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Presence. Yeah, you dropped some. So I don't know if you saw me. I'm over here writing notes. Like I'm okay. She said this, and so good stuff. Way to bring the energy. Way to be transparent in your career, and just being raw and authentic. And so we definitely appreciate that. We definitely got to get you back on here again to do a follow-up. And if there's anything that we can do for you in your career, anything you need us from us,
absolutely,
don't hesitate. We're just a phone call away.
Oh, I appreciate you, Chris. Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Enjoy your night, okay?
All right. You have a good one.
You too.
Talk to you soon.
All right, y'all. Until next time, don't talk about it. Come back. But we got another show next week, right, Marius? We got another show
next week. I'm not sure who we got on the show. Let me tell you really quick. Let me grab the list really quick, and I can tell you who's on for next week. But I know it's gonna be somebody amazing next week. Give me 1 second to click on my little list really quick, really fast.
Lisa Brannon again, y'all. Lisa Brannon.
No, so we have next week we have Jennifer Henry from Game Changers. Yeah, she's gonna be on the show next week. So we're looking forward to that too, man. We got some amazing guests, man. I told you we booked out till November, man. We're not playing with this.
Okay.
Yeah, we booked out till November, so yeah. And we got the 1st of October. We'll be in Vegas for the Vegas show. So hey, y'all need to stick tuned, man. We got some stuff planned.
Let's do a podcast there, direct and live from Vegas.
Yeah.
And we can be in the same room.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay.
There's opportunities for sponsorship as well that's available. So if you guys want anything to do with the sponsorship, to sponsor the show, reach out to us by email, realtalkandrealestate@gmail.com. That's realtalkandrealestate@gmail.com. and we'll give you more of that information. But we got a lot of things coming up, though. We got some great sponsors that's coming up. We got some real estate events is coming up. We got some seminars is coming up. We got some stuff. We got some stuff. So we're very excited. So stay tuned, and so we give you guys some more information. Maurice,
thank you again, Miss Lisa.
Once again, Lisa, we thank you. Thank you for coming out, and be blessed. Okay. Until next time, guys. Don't talk about it. Be about it. We out. Peace.
Bye.